Hey all, welcome back. So, yeah, finally came back after my flu recovery. I'm still not 100% back to normal, but 99% I'm back. So, yeah, it's just I have runny nose. That's all. And yeah, apparently I posted this in the community. So, this is the new Marvel Legends Let There Be Carnage figure. So, it's I'll say it definitely has some good points, but also some bad points as a whole summary. But let's dive deeper into the box first. So this is the box. I have some accessories inside the box. I'm just gonna take it out, but yeah, Marvel's Carnage, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Hasbro, Marvel Legends. It's a really nice looking box actually. We got incredible image of Carnage on the left side of the box. Get some Carnage versus Venom image on the back. Not much at the other side and the bottom. So that's pretty much it for the box. Okay, back to action figure itself and some accessories. Let's put it next to each other. Here, tentacle 1, tentacle 2, tentacle 3. Okay, so quite decent amount of stuff that we get and pretty good detail we get on this figure. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the price point. So from my knowledge, the original price point was $40 US, right? But in here in Australia, I got this pre-released or fast released, I'll say. Got it for 90 Australian dollars, which is nearly $70, which is insane. And the only reason why I got it early on my hand is the fact that I didn't really want to wait extra weeks, because the official release date on this guy was meant to be next month, and I wanted to review this guy as soon as possible. That's the only reason why I paid my whole lot of money into this guy. But was it worth the amount of money I paid? 90 Australian dollars? No, definitely not. It's way too much for what we get over here. So let's get straight into the figure itself. So we get quite decent detail for the head sculpt, while you get a lot of good details for the front of the body, right, generally. But you look at the forehead, right, and the back, do you notice something very different? It's mostly pure red. Instead of having these kind of black paints at the back as well, it just looks like extremely cheap toy, if you only focus on the back side. And if you look at the forehead, it doesn't have a lot of details or texturing such as the body itself, which doesn't really make sense for me, and it looks like it's customized 3D printed head, like not an actual official head for this figure. I personally believe that it would be much better to have 3D printed or resin printed custom head with much better texture on this guy for the head, because don't get me wrong, I do like the facial expression we get here, but no, the detail is extremely lacking compared to its body, especially on the front side. Except for that, we get quite decent details for this figure. So we get these unremovable, popped out symbiotic tentacles from its body, which is a nice touch to the detail. And yeah, you get all those muscular things. We even got a belly button at the bottom here. Yep, we got the belly button here. So, okay, that's kind of cool. And nice details for the leg too. Quite nice detail on this side too. You see how the body's not smooth like Venom, right? This guy's how do I say this? So he's just completely he's completely combined with his host, so it does make sense. And It looks cool, and as I aforementioned, the back detail on the back really lacks, especially because of the painting. There's not much of black for the back. Yes, you do get quite nice texturing, but doesn't mean it has good painting. You get quite nice detail for the hand too. I don't know why, but if this finger is supposed to be bent to give those symbiotic kind of vibe, but no. But we got holes for both opened hands, which is quite impressive. And the toe detail is quite impressive too. So now let's have a look into the accessories. So this is another face sculpt we get. It's an open mouth, a long tongue out, and you see the teeth sculptings all the way inside these holes on the jaw. The side here, you see the teeth inside, which is a nice detail they brought into the figure. Unfortunately, there's no detail. You cannot really see it on camera, but for the upper jaw and like lower jaw, like inside and under and on top of the tongue, there's no detail. There's zero detail on it. That's unfortunate. I mean, I don't think anyone will even look that close to see the detail inside the jaw, but it would have been nice. And again, the texturing on the forehead, it's not much of a detail. It somehow looks a bit better than the ideal smiley one. That's why I prefer this face sculpt. So I'm gonna switch to this, but yeah, I don't know, the texturing feels much better on this guy, but it still lacks in its detail. This is another claw kind of symbiotic hand. A nice black touch to the red again, and not much of an... It doesn't have bendy wire or anything, but yeah, it's made out of rubbery plastic. So this is its right hand. So it has a gigantic claw for the middle finger, just going, oh, big F you. But yeah, nice holes and a bunch of things. Again, the red, you only see red at the bottom of the hand, but on top we see black too, but it still looks quite decent. I do like this hand sculpt. And now let's have a look at these three different tentacles. So yes, so let's have these two together. Thing together. So these two have two tentacles combined as one. So they both have a same claw, exact same claw, kind of looking symbiote over here. And this thing has a gigantic spiky kind of thing. This one's more of a smaller spiky kind of thing. So yeah, and these are made of bendy wires, so I'm gonna go through these accessories during the articulation. And lastly, this one looks like a dragon tail. Crap. Shit. Yeah, this one looks like a dragon tail, so, or some kind of spear kind of thing. So yeah, it goes at the bottom of the peg here, which mostly makes sense because this is the only individual tentacle accessory we get. Let's have a look at the articulation. So, really impressive head joint. I think it's the very first time that Hasbro used the double peg for the head and the neck joint, right? Usually for Spider-Man figures, it never worked. It was a total failure, but this one actually does its job for the first time. So, you can look up that much, and you can look all the way down, which is insane, actually. I mean, it gives those menacing kind of look. I mean, if you just let him stand and he's looking you like from the top, right? You know what I mean? He's looking down at you, or Spider-Man figure that you can display with. It's amazing. And it has really nice pivot for the head too. So, like, these kind of angle is what I like for the Carnage, for the head, slightly tilted and looking slightly downward. It's amazing. And the same thing applies with this head. So it has pretty much empty sculpting under the jaw, same for this one. So it doesn't really limit the articulation just because it has open jaw. It does the same thing. So don't worry about that. And so the arm, quite stiff on my figure. It goes up and down 360 for sure. Goes all the way 90 degrees upward. Has really nice arm rotation, double jointed elbow. And we get a nice 360 rotation for the wrist. Up and down hinge. It's just kind of stiff on my figure. There we go. Okay, so this one has quite good joints. So the ab can go all the way to the back, not much to the front. A bit of, not much pivot, but slightly better than nothing though. So the crunch, it's not properly ratcheted, so it doesn't make those clicky sounds like how Spider-Man one does. I don't know if it's just my figure, but it does crunch all the way back that much. It goes back all the way that much, and it's quite impressive actually, but not much to the articulation when it goes forward. No drop-down joints like Spider-Man. Goes up all the way that much. Goes back all the way that much. To the side that much. Got good thigh swivel. We have double jointed knees. That's cool. Got up and down feet and a pivot, and obviously no rotation, but yeah, that's pretty classic. I mean, the articulation's mostly the same for every Marvel Legend, but this guy doesn't have butterfly joints or anything, but I'll say articulation-wise, it's quite successful. It's quite a successful release, articulation-wise. I mean, they got the details somehow, not the best, not the worst, but quite decently. But yeah, I'll say they sort of nailed the articulation, because I do want to display this guy with Venom that I have with me right now, but I customized that Venom and I did a review with my customized Marvel Legends Venom about a month ago or something, I don't remember, but check it out if you're interested in my channel. And yeah, well, let's do some, action poses with these different accessories. So first I'm gonna try to pose this guy without any tentacles disturbing his weight and things, so that he can balance properly with his own body. And I'm gonna show you guys how to apply the symbiote accessories at the back later. Here's the very simplistic first pose. So I didn't do much of a pose, but just by changing the head sculpt, you can see the difference that it clearly makes to the figure. It gives life into the figure. It gives it life into Carnage with all the symbiotic facial expression, long tongue. That's really cool. Just by making him stand with just simplistic arm poses and the change in head sculpt, it already looks pretty cool. Again, only thing I did was to bend the right arm more and change the hand sculpt. Already looks pretty cool. And imagine how cool it would be with tentacles on it. So let's get the tentacle on right now. While articulating, I just noticed a QC issue where I bend the elbow. You see there's a gap. Yes, this plastic piece is extended, so it's stretched. It got stressed. So, oh god, what is this, Hasbro? Come on. Was that worth 90 Australian dollars? Hell no, hell no. You can get it much cheaper for 60 bucks on Amazon, so get it on Amazon instead. So let's apply the tentacles. So single jointed, symbiotic, not single jointed, single symbiote tentacle goes at the bottom here. And I'll just curve him like that, just like a scorpion. And I think you can do whatever you want, because it's more of a choice, but this is just me. So the big spiky one goes to the right side. So I'll just put it there. Like that. And lastly, the small spiky one goes to the left. So here's the attached tentacles, and it looks menacing. It looks good. It looks really cool. See all the reds and blacks. I wish the tentacle had more of a detail into the figure, but my complaint for the figure, for my copy of figure, is what is this? Stressed plastic already for the elbow. Like, Jesus, man, I better do something with this. Silly QC issues, but yeah, besides that, it's all fine. I don't think I'm gonna articulate much for its right arm because of the stressed plastic, but yeah, it still looks cool. I like the figure. Okay, so I brought this Marvel Legends PS4 Gamerverse Spider-Man figure. So this is my most favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure of all time. I just really do like the game version, PS4 version of Spider-Man. It's truly amazing. And as you can see, Carnage stands really tall, about extra 2 or 3 inches. Yeah, he should be about 8.5 or 9 inches tall. He's really tall, actually. I think he's one of the tallest Marvel Legends figure that I ever have. Actually, the tallest, even taller than the Venom. So, pretty cool figure to be added to your collection. I definitely recommend it, but do not. I mean, if possible, try to pay less for this figure than its original price. I know I got this overpriced and I'm complaining about it, but that's just me because I'm the one who decided to pay it overpriced. But yeah, just try to get it when it's on sale or something. It's not worth of an overpriced kind of thing. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll come back with another review.